Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself Aditi Sigowda, preserving in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering from Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Subject Computer Aided Engineering Drawing. Topic is Introduction to CAD. Let's know what is CAD. An engineering drawing is a type of technical drawing that is used to convey information about an object. A common use it is used to specify the geometric necessary for the constructions of a component, and it is called a detailed drawing. Usually, a number of drawings are necessary to completely specify even a simple component. These drawings are linked together by a master drawing. This master drawing is more commonly known as an assembly drawing, and the assembly drawing gives the drawing numbers of the subsequent detailed components, quantities required of construction materials, and possibly 3D images that can be used to locate individual items, although mostly consisting of a pictographic representations, observations, and symbols are used for briefly and additionally textual explanations that may also be provided to convey the necessary information. So let's know what CAD is used for. It is used for architecture, engineering, product design, constructions, graphic design, and much more. So let's know about the instrument that CAD is used for. Drawing sheet, drawing board, mini drafter, T-square, compass, divider, set squares, clinograph, protractor, French curves, templates, pencils, eraser, and sharpener. These are the tools that can be used in a engineer-based drawing. So let's know what are the quadrant systems. So the entire space is divided into four rooms that named as first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant, respectively following an anti-clockwise pattern. The division of the space is done by two planes commonly known as vertical plane, and that also called as a frontal plane, and horizontal plane it is a bisecting each other. The line of intersection of these two planes it is called a reference line or XY line. The observer it is assumed to be viewing the object from the right hand side of the quadrant system, his position being unaltered with respect to the object that being placed in all the four different quadrants. In brief, it can be concluded that the object can be placed in any of the four quadrants, that may be first, second, third, and fourth quadrant, but the observer is always on the right hand side of the quadrant system for getting the front views. Also, when the plane of projection comes between the observer and the object as in the second and the third quadrant, then the plane is assumed to be a transparent. Universally true to obtain the 2D drawings of the object, that horizontal plane is rotated clockwise. You can see in this diagram. When the horizontal plane is rotated clockwise by 90 degrees above the reference line, it is observed that for the second and the fourth quadrant, the vertical and the horizontal plane overlap with each other. At the same time, even the two views individually obtained on each plane that will be overwritten on each other, which will lack clarity in understanding in drawings. Hence, the first and the third quadrant is preferably chosen for projections that named as first angle projection and third angle projection respectively. So next we come to the different types of lines. So let's know what the types of lines that is used in engineering drawing. First, continuous thick line, continuous thin line, dashed medium line, chain thin thick cut ends, long dash double dotted line, and also we have a continuous thin line, continuous thick and zigzag line, and thin chain line, thin chick line, so on. So let's know one by one. Continuous thick line. It is line it is used to show visible outlines or edges of a component or assembly. This line may be made thin if the drawing is contested and a lot of lines that are so close to each other that the clarity of the drawing is negatively influenced. Next, we come to the continuous thin line. This continuous thin line is the most frequently used line type on engineer drawings. These lines are solid and has no break in them. Here it is a list of costs where the continuous thin line will be used as imaginary line of intersection, dimension line, projection line, leader line, outline of resolved resections, bending line, and etc. Next we come to the continuous thin freehand line. It shows breaks as cut in parts or assemblies. The edge of the partial or interpreted views are indicated with freehand line. Next we come to the continuous then thin zigzag line. It is shown the break line if a part needs to be shortened with a break of a easy of visible. A break can be made using this line. Remember any dimension spanning over the break needs to have a dimension break indicated on the dimension. This line will be helpful in it. Next we come to thin or thick dashed line. It is used to indicate hidden details like hidden outlines and hidden edges. The dashed line may be either thick or thin, but only one type, thick or thin, that should be used in a single drawing or set of drawings. Next we come to the thin chain line. The thin chain line is used in indicator center lines, the lines of symmetry and also at trajectories. Often this line is used as a point of reference on engineering drawing. Next we come to thin chain line with a thick ends. Sectional cutting planes are indicated with a thin chain line with a thick ends. This helps to identify the plane in which the part or assembly is cut. If the cut line is on more than one plane, the changes in direction that should also be indicated with a thicker ends. Next we come to the thin thick chain line. Thick chain line it is used to indicate specific requirements on a surface. This line that does not form a part of the geometric of the part, but it is rather used to identify the surface. Thin chain double dashed line. Thin chain double dashed line it is also used to show adjacent components. This is especially useful when the component has a reference to the existing components. It is also used to show alternative or extreme positions on drawings where bends are indicated. These lines are used to show the initial outline. Before forming or bending, one can also use these lines to indicate parts or components situated in front of the cutting plane to give reference to the part shown. In engineering drawings, a line is not just a line. The different lines have meaning to them. The above mentioned line types are according to the requirement of ISO standards and many other national standards. So let's know some examples that based on engineering drawing. There are many tools regarding computer-based drawing that we can use. I am using SolidEdge V19. Here it is first question based on point. A point P is on HP and 30 mm in front of VP. Another point Q is on VP and 40 mm above HP. The distance between their projectiles parallel to XY line is 50 mm. Find the distance between their front and top views of the point P and Q. So let's go to the line option that create line by endpoints of thick line 0.35 mm. Go to the text option, mention it as X and Y. Here they mentioned a point P is on HP and 30 mm in front of VP. So go to the line option of thickness 0.13 mm and length, take it as length 30 mm. Place on XY line. Go to the smart dimension. Measure this line, it should be 30. Go to this point, it should be 2 mm. Mark the point that we should mention. Go to the text option, mention it as P and P dash. Next, the distance between the projectiles parallel to XY line is 50 mm. Go to the line option of thickness 0.50 mm and the line should be of 50 mm. Place it on XY line. Go to the smart dimension. Mark it as, measure it as, it should be 50. Next, another point Q is on VP and 40 mm above HP. Go to the line option of 0.13 mm. Length should be 40 mm. Place on XY line. Go to the smart dimension, measure this line, it should be 40. Next, we should find the distance between their front and top views of P and Q. Go to the line option of 0.13 mm. Draw the line from P dash to. Go to the text option. First, mention this Q and Q dash. Go to the line option. Go to the line option of 0.13 mm and draw the line from P dash to Q dash and P to Q. Go to the smart dimension, measure both of the lines. The distance, finally we got the P dash and Q dash distance is 64.03 and P and Q distance is 58.31. So let's go to the next example based on square. The square lamina of 40 mm sides is rest on one of its side on HP. The lamina makes 30 degree to HP and the side on which it rests makes 45 degree to VP. Draw the projections. So this question based on planes. So let's go to the line option. Click on the line option of 0.35 mm. Draw the line, draw the XY line. Go to the text option, mention it as X and Y. So here they're given as square lamina of 40 mm side rest on one of each side on HP. So go to the rectangle option, taking 0.50 mm line, thickness of line, and as we know the width and height is same, it's 40 mm. Mention it below the XY line. Go to the line option by thickness 0.13 mm. Extend this line to XY line. And go to the smart dimension, measure this line, it should be 40 mm. Go to the text option, mention it as A, B, C and D. Mention this as B dash into A dash, C dash into D dash. So go to the line option of 0.50 mm. Draw this line. Next, the lamina makes 30 degree to HP. So go to the select option, select this entire line. Go to this move option. Go to this rotate option, rotate this, by taking the angle 30 degree. Go to this angle between option, take this and this, measure it, it should be 30. So go to this line option, of 0.13 mm. Extend this line. Extend both the lines. Make it a square. Go to the text option. Mention it as A, B, C and D. Go to the trim option. Trim unwanted lines. Go to this line option by taking angle 45 degree and length minus 90 degree. As they mention in question, on which it rests makes 45 degree to VP. Go to the select option, select this line and make it as okay. Next go to this angle between distance, mention it as 45 degree. So next go to the select option, select this entire square, go to this move option, go to the rotate option, click on one side to the another side and rotate. Select this option, go to the line option of 0.13 mm, extend this line, B to this reference line and C to reference line, and go to this line option and take it as 50 mm and draw this. Go to this trim option, trim these unwanted lines. Go to the text option, mention it as B dash, A dash, D dash and C dash. Go to the leader option, From option, go to the leader option, leave it. Thank you for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you.